What is your why? What's your motivation? What drives you? What is your why? If you're going to make major changes in your life, if you're going to make a life course correction, if you're going to try to defeat depression in your life, you've got to have a clear why. Viktor Frankl, in his book Man's Search for Meaning, quotes Friedrich Nietzsche, and he says this: "He who has a why to live for can bear almost any how. He who has a why to live for can bear almost any how." To radically change your lifestyle, to defeat something that you've been suffering with, struggling with, has been controlling your life for an extended period of time, you have to have a clear why so that you can go through the pain. Here's what I've seen in my counseling practice, and certainly within my own life: that when you start making changes, things get harder before they get better. They get much more difficult, and most people get off the tracks of those changes before the positive effects of those changes take place. And my guess is many times they haven't had a why. It hasn't been clear enough. What's your reason? What's your passion? What drives you to make these changes in your life? Viktor Frankl, in his book Man's Search for Meaning, also said this: "In some ways, suffering ceases to be suffering at the moment it finds a meaning, such as the meaning of a sacrifice." In some ways, suffering ceases to be suffering at the moment it finds a meaning, finds a why, finds a purpose, finds a belief. What's your why? What's your why? I had a number of clear whys when I decided I was going to attack depression. One why is I was done being miserable. I was done being miserable, and I wanted to live life and live life fully, meaningfully. Another why was I wanted to make a positive impact in my family's life. I wanted to positively impact my wife. I wanted to positively impact my kids. And I knew it was really, really hard to do when I was in such a deep, deep, dark place of despair. Another why I had is I wanted to impact the world. I wanted to impact and make a difference in other people's lives. But I was feeling so distraught, so tired. I had no energy to reach out beyond the absolute basic stuff that I had to accomplish just to survive. And I wanted to do so much more than just enough. I want to make a major impact in people's lives so they can live the lives that God's planted within them, so they can live the life that they dream of when they shut their eyes and think of this world that they would like to be experiencing. I want to help people get that. And I knew I had to defeat depression to make that happen. And for that to happen, I've got to have a why. You have to have a why if you want to excel at any endeavor. If you're into athletics, what's your why? Why are you doing this? You have to have a why. If you want to advance within your career, why? What are you looking for? What do you want from it? If you're in a relationship and you want it to grow and be vibrant, why? What's your why? You want to go to school, why? What's the purpose? What's your rationale? What's your reason? It's going to cost you a lot of money. It's going to cost you a lot of time. What's your why? If you want to do anything significant within your life, you've got to have a why. So I encourage you to take some time today. Take some quiet time. Disengage from the rest of the world and think upon what is your why. Once you have a clear why, then you can fold that why into your strategies. then those strategies can be folded into your daily habits, and you will stick to those daily habits. You will make that change once you have your why. And so I ask you one last time, what is your why?